Dr. Lou Sella here, and running the trap away from heavy is always good if they give you 4.5 or less away from the heavy side. Now, first of all, let me define heavy for you. You'll see Army run this quite a bit tomorrow against Air Force. Is when you bring the tackle over and you bring the receiver in as the tackle on the backside, which in high school is a very doable thing because your tackles and receivers are likely not to be much different in size. And then what happens is you got the receiver split out to the side of the call. So if it's heavy right, receiver split out with his inside foot up 4 yards from the sideline. You got two tackles on the same side. The receiver's here. 3-point stance, feet narrow, inside hand at the heels of the center. He's got his inside hand at the heels of the center. He's 3.5 feet away from the right tackle. Really, other than that, that's it. So you would want to run the trap if it's 4.5 or less and number one's coming straight up the field. Because you don't want to run triple, and Army, Navy, and Air Force have proved this all year. You don't want to run triple if number one is coming straight up the field. You're better off just trapping them or loading them and running zone option, zone kick. So, but to this side, to the two-man surface, the trap's the play to run. That's why when you watch Army, Navy, Air Force play, they run trap to a two-man surface. Because now you're kicking out the player that they believe is coming up the field. So here's what happens. Away from the heavy side, the tackle's going to block the linebacker. He's going to work to get his right knee through his crotch. The key is get in front of him. The guard is going to block down. So he's going to work to get his right knee through the crotch, right forearm to the stomach, toes north. The key is you got to get in front of him so he doesn't penetrate and kill your B-back. Center's going to block back on the 3 technique, working to get his right knee through his crotch. If this backer pops through, well, then he'll do the same thing. So if he ends up in the A-gap and he blitzes, the center will run right into him. We're going to get the right knee in the crotch. The tackle is going to block the linebacker. He's going to work to get his helmet to the inside of the backer, cutting him off. The heavy tackle is going to cut off as well because they follow the same rule. So because there's no backer, or at least he's getting canceled by the tackle, he's going to end up working cross field. The guard is going to open at 90 degrees, go down the line. He's going to get his left forearm through number one, helmet to the right, and he's going to drive him out of bounds. Backside receiver cuts off. Play side receiver is going to hammer step like he's running triple to the right, take 2 diagonal steps, and then on the snap of the ball, he's going to commit his belly button to the sideline, and he's going to block number 3. 1, 2, 3. So he's going to come right off the 5 technique, and he's going to work to get it in front of him. Because this guy's going to get occupied by the quarterback and the backside A-back. Backside A-back runs the pitch. Quarterback's going to jump in the right A-gap and point the ball. B-back is going to run through the ball. He's then going to bend back off the guard and tackle's block and get vertical. Quarterback is then going to turn his belly button to the sideline, carry it out, and run at number 2, which in this case is the corner. Remember, you're in a heavy formation. You only want to run this, and this comes right from Paul Johnson. He said this decades ago. You only want to run away from the heavy side if they give you 4.5 or less. So if you know you're getting 4.5 or less, now you can run the trap. Because if this guy's coming up the field, you trap him, you take advantage of that. Now, if you trap him and he wrong arms the trap, that's when you know you run triple. Because if he sees a down block and he squeezes it and he commits to coming downward to take the B back, then you know he's doing the same thing on triple because it's the same scheme with the tackle inside releasing. So what's going to happen now is now you can read him. And if he takes the B back, then basically he's either got to take the quarterback or the pitch, and that puts him in a heck of a situation because if he takes the quarterback, they're freaking screwed. So you better be taking the pitch, and they better let you run the quarterback and hope the pursuit gets to him. That's the power of the heavy formation. You'll see it tomorrow from Army. Air Force, you'll see variations of it as well, but Army really likes to run heavy. So how you run heavy trap? You run away from the heavy formation. You got to have 4.5 or less defenders to the heavy side, and you want number one coming up the field. That's when you trap him and take advantage of the void that he creates. And if he wrong arms it, then you come back the next play and run the triple away from heavy as well. So that's that. Coaches, You want to run Army, Navy, and Air Force's offense the right way the first time. Give me a call, 570-332-0265, 570-332-0265, and go to tripleoptionfootball.com/testimonials. You can see all the success stories that have come out of the camps and the academy. I just had a client in Oklahoma win state championship on Saturday. More about that later. But anyway, you want to win more games in 2021, give me a call. I'll see you in the next video. Talk then.